The real question emerges: how did one family crisis change the trajectory of an entire football dream? On February 23, 2026, the Curaçao Football Federation issued a statement that sent shockwaves through Caribbean football. Dick Advocaat, age 78 and born September 27, 1947, had stepped down as national team head coach. The announcement landed just months before the 2026 FIFA World Cup, with Curaçao holding second place in the CONCACAF qualification standings on 17 points, closer than ever to the nation's first World Cup appearance. The press release was direct. Advocaat would devote his full attention to his daughter, who is facing health issues. In his own words, he underscored the decision: family comes before football. The Federation clarified that his resignation was unrelated to team results or his age, emphasizing the personal nature of the crisis. Advocaat's absence from the crucial November 2025 match against Jamaica had already raised questions, as the Federation confirmed he remained in the Netherlands to care for his wife, who suffers from dementia. His career, spanning over 40 years and highlighted by leading the Netherlands to the UEFA Euro 2004 semifinals, had brought global expertise to Curaçao's historic campaign. As the news settled, the Federation and players publicly thanked Advocaat, expressing respect and understanding. They credited his openness for strengthening the unity within the squad. Fred Rutten, another experienced Dutch coach, was named as his immediate successor, tasked with guiding Curaçao through the final stretch toward their World Cup dream. Dick Advocaat's decision to resign did not come from disappointment on the pitch or the burden of age. It was a deeply personal response to a crisis unfolding within his own family. In early 2026, Advocaat's daughter was diagnosed with a serious illness, a development that quickly became the center of his world. The official statement from the Curaçao Football Federation made the reason clear. His departure was to devote his full attention to his daughter, who is facing health issues. In his own words, Advocaat explained, "Family comes before football." For a man who had spent more than 4 decades at the highest levels of the sport, including leading the Netherlands to the UEFA Euro 2004 semifinals, this was not a decision made lightly. The demands of World Cup qualification, a schedule packed with travel, preparation, and constant pressure, could not be squared with the needs of a family facing a medical emergency. Advocaat asked for privacy, and the Federation respected that request, sharing only what was necessary with the public. His statement left no room for speculation about performance or age. His choice was about being present for his daughter in a time of crisis. The football community responded with understanding. Players and staff acknowledged the gravity of his sacrifice, recognizing that transparency and honesty had strengthened their sense of unity. In these moments, Advocaat was not just a coach, but a father, putting his family first. On November 14, 2025, Curaçao faced Jamaica in Kingston for a decisive World Cup qualifier. The team sheet revealed an unexpected absence. Dick Advocaat, usually a constant presence on the touchline, was not with the squad. Instead, assistant coach Giovanni Vandenberg led the team from the bench. The official statement from the Curaçao Football Federation cited compassionate leave, confirming Advocaat had remained in the Netherlands to care for his wife, whose dementia had advanced to the point of needing full-time support. That night, Curaçao secured a 2-1 victory, a result that kept their World Cup hopes firmly alive and demonstrated the squad's ability to adapt under pressure. Vandenberg's calm leadership drew praise from players and pundits, but questions about Advocaat's future quietly surfaced. The Federation's brief note made no mention of performance or tactical disagreements, only the reality of a family crisis that required the coach's attention. For the players, the experience was a first glimpse of the personal burdens Advocaat was carrying. The win in Jamaica stood as both a testament to the depth of the coaching staff and an early sign that the team would need to find resilience beyond the pitch. Advocaat's absence was not widely discussed at the time, but within the squad, the message was clear. Sometimes, even the most seasoned leaders must step away when family needs them most. On January 15, 2023, the Curaçao Football Federation made a bold announcement that would reshape the island's sporting ambitions. Dick Advocaat, a coach with more than 40 years at the highest level, was confirmed as the new head coach. His resume spoke for itself. Born September 27, 1947, Advocaat had guided the Netherlands to the semi-finals of Euro 2004 and managed national teams across Europe and Asia. The Federation's official statement highlighted his Euro 2004 pedigree and the promise of bringing Dutch tactical discipline to a rising Caribbean side. Advocaat's arrival was more than a headline. It was a signal of intent. Curaçao, a nation of just 160,000, had never reached a World Cup. With Advocaat at the helm, expectations soared. He introduced a 4-2-3-1 formation, emphasizing quick transitions and pressing, hallmarks of Dutch football. Training sessions focused on integrating diaspora players from the Eredivisie, blending local pride with European professionalism. Results followed. Curaçao's FIFA ranking climbed and the team advanced through Nations League and World Cup qualifiers, defeating regional powerhouses and capturing the imagination of supporters. Advocaat's appointment sparked belief that the impossible was now within reach. Fred Rutten arrived in Curaçao less than 24 hours after the board accepted Dick Advocaat's resignation. The decision was unanimous. Rutten, a Dutch coach with a resume spanning Ajax, Schalke 04, and the Netherlands U21 national team, signed a one-year contract to guide Curaçao through the final leg of World Cup preparation. His appointment drew on the island's established Dutch pipeline, a system that had already delivered tactical discipline and international experience to the squad. Rutten's background in both youth development and top-flight European football matched the Federation's criteria: technical continuity, cultural fluency, and immediate availability. The board minutes recorded a brief debate. Some members favored promoting a local coach, but the majority prioritized stability and experience. Rutten met the squad for the first time at the practice facility, introducing himself not as a disruptor, but as a caretaker of the work already in progress. His message was clear. The core philosophy would remain. The belief Advocaat instilled would be honored, and the path to the World Cup would not be abandoned. The players, still absorbing the emotional weight of Advocaat's departure, responded with cautious optimism. The leadership handoff was swift, designed to keep the focus on football and to reassure a team on the brink of history. Inside the Curaçao camp, the response to Dick Advocaat's departure was immediate and unified. Federation Chairman Gilbert Martina offered public praise, stating, "Dick made history with the national football team. Curaçao will always be grateful to Dick." Senior players echoed this gratitude, their words and actions setting the tone for the days that followed. Goalkeeper Eloy Room described the moment as a shock that hit us in the chest, but insisted that the squad drew closer, not apart. In the locker room, players gathered in a tight circle, repeating their motto, "One island, one dream," as a rallying cry. Former captain Cuco Martina, now a senior advisor, recalled Advocaat's final meeting with the team. The coach spoke plainly, "My family needs me, and I trust you all to finish what we started." The room fell silent, then filled with nods of understanding and a round of applause. Training resumed with renewed purpose. The coaching staff, led now by Fred Rutten, kept Advocaat's tactical blueprint in place, focusing on discipline and togetherness. The squad's unity was visible in every session, with senior players supporting younger teammates and staff emphasizing continuity. Through statements and actions, both the Federation and the players reinforced a message of respect, transparency, and collective resolve. The dream of a first World Cup appearance remained alive, fueled by the belief that personal sacrifice could inspire a nation. Today, Curaçao faces its greatest football test without Dick Advocaat, 78 years old, born September 27, 1947, whose decision amid his daughter's serious illness reminds us, family comes before football. His transparency and legacy bind the team. What matters now is how Curaçao writes its next chapter. Share your thoughts below. February 2026, at 78 years old, Dick Advocaat, born September 27, 1947, known for guiding the Netherlands to the Euro 2004 semifinals, resigned as Curaçao's head coach just months before their closest ever World Cup chance. Curaçao, holding second place in CONCACAF qualification with 17 points, watched as Advocaat stepped aside, citing his daughter's serious illness and insisting, Family comes before football. His November 2025 absence from the vital Jamaica match, due to his wife's dementia, had signaled deeper turmoil. This decision was not about results or age, but an unprecedented turn for a nation on the cusp of history. As Fred Rutten steps in and the Federation along with the squad respond with understanding and renewed unity,